You guys want weird? Maybe. Us too. Ha! Perfect intro.
It was a weird intro.
Today we're tasting something that Tim, this is actually Tim's...
I got a better idea. Fine.
Like, hey, let's try this differently.
That ruined the mojo.
You interrupted everything.
Tim did a berry tart milkshake
Wow,
thing.
you lost your mojo.
5 minutes with the internet and some keg lube. Had a good start the first time.
I always interrupt him when he's in the middle of things.
Stop it! So welcome back to the Genius Brewing channel. Today we're talking about a very weird-ish kind of style. Blackberry sour milkshake style IPA.
Is this even beer?
I think it's beer.
It's made with barley, it's got booze in it.
And it's an IPA, so if it's an IPA, you know it's beer. In fact, the only beer that people will drink. Called the Berry Tart Milkshake.
Probably like reintroduced Tim.
Hey guys, remember Tim from this video? Boom, he's introduced.
Sure.
There's going to be a flash.
I thought you were going to do something from there, though.
No, a little iCard on the top.
Yeah.
No, now he's introduced. And now you guys are introduced to this video, which is about this beer. It's purple and made with blackberries, sourness, IPA-ness, and we'll talk more about it.
Got a lot of blackberries, a little bit of vanilla, some lactose. Of course, it's a milkshake IPA, so you got to have the lactose in there. In other words, where's the milk?
That's right.
A little bit of oats, wheat, and a whole bunch of hops. It's a sour IPA.
It's
That's sour.
Sour blackberry milkshake.
Sour.
Yeah, I mean it's in the name.
Sour.
Berry tart.
Yeah. It's berry tart.
It's berry tart.
This is like, you know, you get Kettle sours, and this is like,
It's
whoa.
not that extreme for a Kettle sour. It's not like Cascade Brewing Kettle sour.
No,
It's like maybe on the extreme end of sour for a milkshake IPA,
but
but
It's
for a sour
delicious.
sour, it is delicious. I
a
really
little
enjoy
kick
this
to it.
beer. It's got some kick to it. I think
It's a kick
part of
to
it's the sour on top of the hops, on top of the tart berries, on top of my palate.
the flavors combine, explode, recombobulate, and
No,
create a
actually, the
beverage.
sour just got me off guard because the aroma is
Yeah.
pleasantly sweet.
You get vanilla and you get the milkshakiness on the aroma, and then that you smell
Yeah,
the
and then
berries,
you're
it
like,
comes
whoa.
together. So I guess I'll talk about the souring process just real quick so we can get over like why it's sour. You've seen the first mash and boil sour video that I did, whatever we iCarded earlier on in this video. But basically the process was we did the mash in the mash and boil. We dropped it down to about 120 degrees, and then we added another 2 pounds of acid malt, and we also co-pitched with the Y-yeast lacto, which is Debruckii. Or is it
Buchneri.
Buchneri? And then we let it free fall to about 105 for a day, and then we let it free fall after that to about 90 and let that sit for another day. And then we thought about maybe letting it go more, but Tim and I tasted it and were like, bam, that's plenty sour already. And a really pleasant sour at that point. It was just tasted like a really good sour, just ready to go.
it did.
So that was where my involvement cut off, and then what happened from there?
That happened there. Came in, brought it up to a boil. Only boiled for about a half an hour, mainly because there's no bittering hops in it. The first edition of hops was at, I think, 15 minutes in there, and it was just a little bit. Then all the rest of it went into Whirlpool, as well as 2 different dry hopping editions.
What kind of hops, Tim?
Yeah.
Meant to be very berry forward. So
Very forward.
berry forward.
Not full boopy berry, though.
No, well, maybe.
It is a milkshake
maybe.
IPA.
It is. So, primary flavor component in there is going to be some Belma hops, along with some Eldorados, Mosaics, backing up a little bit of a Huel Melon on it. Basically took a set amount of hops, blended them all together for an equal ratio, and threw them in all the additions. So 15-minute edition was rather small on that. Then there was a nice Whirlpool edition of those 4 hops.
Damn it!
Poof, he's gone.
Thank God we can talk normally now.
Oh, son of a bitch. So this Peter guy, I don't know about him. Back to the hops. We threw a bunch of those hops into the Whirlpool, kind of let the Whirlpool free fall down from boiling for about a half an hour in there. Cool it down, throw it right into the fermenter with our first batch of dry hops on it. Let that go for a week. Came back, took what was it, 5-ish, 6-ish? I don't know. Somewhere in there, 5 to 6 pounds of blackberries. A little bit of vanilla in them, reduce that down, get that nice cooked fruit pectins in there. since it is a milkshake IPA, you got to make it thick. You got to make it hazy. Took that fruit, threw it into another bag, threw it into a keg with a second batch of dry hops in it, and let that ride out for about a week. It was really nice. Before the berries went in there, and you definitely got the tartness out of it. It's a really good tart IPA. Berries sweetened it up a whole bunch, but the yeast munched on those sugars, carbonated it for natural carb, and now we have a berry tart, beautiful IPA.
Were the hops just all standard pellet hops?
Standard pellet hops. Standard.
Did you
pellets.
leave your first edition in the whole time?
No.
There we go.
That is an important
So-
comment right there. You don't want to do that. That gives you way
Yeah.
too much green chlorophyll
Did you
bitterness.
bag
Yeah,
Bag 'em.
they were bagged up.
Fermentation. How'd that go?
Fermentation.
Typical, or-
It actually was really quick. It was really nice. Beer was done in 2 weeks. Kind of surprising, actually, for how much was in there, and having that secondary fermentation kick back up a little bit with the berries. We used Imperials. What did we use? The juice strain on that, which ripped right through it. Gave you a lot of good stone fruit flavors coming out. A little bit of haze on there from that strain. It was really nice. Actually, smooth, easy, delicious all the way through. Kind of one of those brews that comes together and you're not really expecting it to all come together so nicely.
Quick intermission here, and let Peter get off the phone, and me get off. Tim get.
Beer in my face hole.
Tim just walked us through an awesome recipe and fermentation cycle, and I think it's time that we give this thing a little tasty.
Yeah. On the nose, you immediately get like vanilla and that kind of like milk complex, like up front with the berries. So it's two sweet notes up front.
Yeah, and I've actually already been tasting this, and you've probably seen my face a couple times now. This thing's like stupid sour.
I don't think it's like too sour.
Okay, compared to the nose, though.
Yeah, okay, compared to the
Definitely
nose.
compared to the
You
nose.
get those sweet notes, but then
Yeah.
it's just like,
It-
doing!
You prefer,
almost like a blackberry pie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on the nose.
and then a
With that
lot
little
of
bit
lime
sweetness.
zest on top of all that.
Yes, exactly. Then you get to the taste, and that is very sour.
It's good though. I mean, I personally I like sours. I'm a huge sour fan. I drink a lot of sours. My palate might be desensitized to sours, but I don't think this is terribly.
It is a
Over the
nice
top.
juxtapositioning of the sour and sweet, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the aroma, it just definitely throws me off.
But that's Milkshake IPA. It's kind of a confusing style
Yeah.
on it. I am in agreement with you. I think the sour level is pretty nice on it. It's not too harsh. It's not like you're biting into a lemon, but more actually gives you the tartness of a fresh blackberry.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe just an underripe blackberry.
We're gonna get a guest taster in on this. This could easily turn into an overly sweet if you didn't have that acid to back it up from the tartness. I really like the fact that we did the kettle sour on top of it.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I think that dimension that it adds really kind of brings the whole idea together for me at least.
I will admit, I wouldn't first suggested kettle souring on that. I didn't know where I stood. I'm a sour drinker too. I absolutely love them, but it kind of felt like it might be a little inappropriate for the beer, being that milkshakes are supposed to be milkshakey and sweet.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it. It is a great addition to it. It really makes the fruit pop out front.
Oh yeah.
You can severely taste it now, or before you're getting a lot of the milk, or a lot of the lactose sugar in there, a lot of the vanilla.
Yep.
So
We might have to try it again without the sour, just so we know exactly all what the sour added. I think I have a pretty good idea just by tasting this. But that's why we experiment, and that's why we like being able to brew a lot of 5-gallon batches, so that we can just burn through them.
I think if I were to actually play with this, I would keep the sour, but maybe drop out the 15-minute edition.
on that point, while we were tasting it earlier, where the berries were still fresh in there, they hadn't had that secondary fermentation. It was very sweet.
Yeah.
Almost exactly like a classic old school blackberry milkshake.
Yeah.
On it. Did have a lot of those sweet components. You really couldn't get the hops at that time.
It is so good though. I just want it.
With the dryness, really helps that out. Brings it back into the IPA realm.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. Is that all for that? If you've got more questions on how to tart blackberry milkshake and IPA, let us know in the comments below. Also, send us messages on Facebook or Instagram if you want to, just giving us suggestions and telling us that we're, or we're handsome, or that Logan's getting fat, or whatever you want to say.
Working on the dad bod.
No, I'm actually failing just like everything else in life. Can't even build a dad bod.
Son of a gun.
Son of a biscuit. Well, on that note, the shirt that Tim's not wearing is really cool. So are the shirts that Logan and I are wearing. You can find things similar on our store if you wish. We don't got much. If you want more swag on there, let us know. But feel free to check it out. And if you want some Genus Brewing shirts, do that.
Till next time.
Smash the thumbs up button. Smash the belly, baby. Smash... I'm just on the smash kick because you said it last time. And I was like, yeah, it's really good.
Smash all the buttons, smash all the beers.
Viva la beer.
And viva la beer.
Awkward outro there.
Yeah, you're bad.
It was an awkward beginning. It was an awkward video. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Logan, do we need anything else on this?
I don't know.
Or is that good?